Ginger! Look! It's here! It's here! Get it, Ginger! Get it! Get it! Get it! What do you think's in there? Ginger, where are you going? Look at what this came with. Yeah. Get it. Yes. External DVD with sound card. Headphone amp. Surround sound. Blu-ray. This thing looks pretty awesome from awesome brand Asus over here. Or Asus, whatever you want to call it. It don't matter. 2014. How great could it be from 2014? I don't know. Visual and sound? Uh-oh. I don't know. This looks too good to be true. We're just going to have to test it out. 7.1 audio. Surround sound. Plus a burner and reader. Yeah, I think we're going to have to examine this closely. Make sure this is the real deal. I think just to be safe, I better check the back of this box here. See what else it has to say about itself. Audio card, 7.1, 7.1. 600 ohms! This is pretty magical. Smart remote for lazy times. Extra speakers. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. So your power button and indicator eject button. Standard audio jack out, but it is boosted up to 600 ohms. Surround sound indicator light. Wheel knob. Wait. What's going on here? What's going on? You have RCA outs, along with your standard up to 7.1 surround sound speaker outputs. You also got a digital out, your gain switch, and then your USB in from your PC. So let me get this straight here. You can plug in digital in from your PC, have a digital out going to some speakers, all of these going out to, up to 7.1 speakers, which mine is 5.1, and RCA. So you can just add tons of speakers in your office and just consume yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that now. That's what's happening here. It's going down in the office. Let's do this. Okay, everybody. So, pretty excited to unbox this. You know when I got Goku on the table, it's about to get serious here. Now, got my little coffee mug going there, changes colors. The heat, pretty cool. Anyways, so even though this was released in 2014, like I stated earlier, I mean, just look at this thing, okay? This thing is so creative and innovative, which is clearly why it got the award, that I had to buy one. Even if my onboard sound card in my new PC is equivalent, just the sheer convenience of being able to add multiple speakers. It's also a reader and burner, and it's got the 600 ohm headphone amplifier built in, is enough for me to justify that I want this. So anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and show you the other sides of the box here, kind of some of the ads, stuff they show off. Now this is USB 2.0, but remember guys, this came out in 2014 or somewhere along those lines. So it's kind of old, but the features are still just amazing on this device here. And it's not like any other external drive that I've seen before, simply because they add the sound card in here. And it just adds so much more to the package. You get your DAC, basically sound card, and yeah, pretty cool. So if you want to boost your headphones or whatever, or have a better sound experience. And on the box it says you get the drive, the cable, the power adapter brick, power cord, a Y splitter, a guide, a driver CD, and I'm sure it also comes with stuff to help you with burning, software and all that stuff. And when you open it, I mean, the presentation, I mean, just check that out. It has kind of this Apple-esque look going on with the, you know, the shiny kind of almost like goldish and silver. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the box and let's see what it looks like. Oh man, look at that brushed finish. Oh yeah, that's nice. Ooh, it's a clicky knob. That's so satisfying. Oh, I like it. Very nice. All right, so when you get them out of the box, you got your drive, and then there's a smaller box under this that has all your cables. So it's like boxception going in there. And on the drive here, I noticed also it said April of 2017. So I guess even though this has been out a while, I got a relatively new product or remanufactured, something along those lines. So at least I know it's new, so that's kind of cool. And power cable for the brick, USB for the desktop, cool. The brick, which is actually not too bad. It's reasonably sized, you know, but it's not like I would have imagined. It's not like a laptop brick, you know. Little Y splitter for auxiliary. That's cool. It all smells new. It smells like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There we go. Let's see what's all in there. The drivers, firmware, all the burning software. I knew that was going to come there. Figured. And then the stuff nobody ever reads. Cool. Oh man. Not too heavy. Let's see. Power eject, headphone, super awesome satisfying knob. Blu-ray, it's got some nice rubber feet on it. And here's the back. Check this thing out. This is the whole reason I bought this, really, is the back of it. I mean, I'm gonna be able to up my sound game. Look at all that. This is an output too. So you only have one input and you have all these outputs. You can just output different sounds too, and then you got your low and high gain for your headphones. Oh man. Jiminy Christmas. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing installed, and I'm gonna try to see if I can notice a sound difference by just hooking in my speakers into here versus my tower. And I also would like to add some extra speakers with this, I think that's optical. It says digital, but I think that's optical cable. And see if I can run my 5.1 speakers plus some speakers with a digital, and just totally max out my speakers in my office and just see what they sound like and if it feels like surround sound and all that stuff, because that's what I really wanted out of this thing. But at the same time, every now and then I need a disc for like an old video game or something, and my case, because I got the Fantex without one, does not have room for a drive. So this not only is going to fix that, and it's going to look good on my desk, and it's going to have a purpose. It's going to be able to power some really nice 600 ohm headphones, like some Sennheisers or something. And then I got all this extra speaker output for my surround sound setup. And then also I'm going to be able to go to a digital input, which is pretty nice. So very exciting. So anyways, let's get to it and let's see what this what this beast looks like. All right, peeps. So I just did some testing here. I got some pretty good information now on this thing. So, first thing, since I have 5.1 channel right now, because I haven't bought any extra speakers yet. To get this going, to get my front two speakers going, you have to use this splitter that they give you, because these go to this one connects to my front two. And I was kind of getting confused because I was just plugging these three in here, and these speakers were trying to be side speakers, basically. I was trying to do 7.1, and I didn't realize that the reason they give you this adapter is so you can use your bass speakers, your front two. So just keep that in mind, because that was like a good waste of 10 minutes. So anyways, besides that, it plugs right in. It reads drives great, like it's supposed to. It's a little slow, but not like annoyingly slow. Just if you're, like modern and you're used to just flash drives booting up and running programs, yeah, it's got some lag to it. But again, it's also USB 2.0, and really not a drag at all. I mean, you pop something in, it reads it, it goes. So there you go. And you can hook it up to Mac or Windows. And it's external, so if you wanted to hook it up to laptop, it's fine. You can still use it on a laptop, it doesn't matter. And add that right away. So as far as sound goes, when I got everything figured out, using my 5.1 setup that I have versus connected into here versus the motherboard, really not too much of a difference as far as volume, but clarity is another story. So I noticed that when I had them plugged into my motherboard, I didn't have to turn them up too loud or too high to get crazy amounts of volume. But this thing, it wants you to crank it up, but when you do, it doesn't distort, it doesn't crack, and you don't get any feedback from the speakers at all. So it will stay dead silent even on max volume until audio is supposed to be coming out of it, which is pretty cool. So the sheer silence and crispness is the advantage you gain with this, at least for me, that I've noticed with my speakers. These are not super high-end speakers. I think it's like 150 watt setup here, so nothing crazy, but I do like to be surrounded. Now the headphones were a whole nother story. So with the speakers, like I said, you get more clarity, in my opinion, than like an increase. But the headphones, way different. Okay, I tested these with USB. I plugged them in my front USB port, USB 3.0. They did okay. And then I plugged in, just the headphone cord into the front of my case and the back on the motherboard, and then compared it to just plugging it in there and setting the high-low gain setting. I think I used high. I tested them both out. Either way, this thing just stomped on my motherboard and case settings, no matter what I used. It didn't matter if I used USB, it didn't matter if I used just the aux cord into the front of the case or in the back of the board. Just straight up right away, the headphone jack on this just stomped everything. As far as volume goes and clarity, I mean, these are kind of middle of the road headphones, These are the Logitech G430s. They're nothing great, but they're really price effective, and Logitech, I mean, they just last. So I noticed a pretty significant volume increase with that over there, the 600 ohm booster over there. And I'm sure these are nowhere near 600 ohms, you know what I mean? But I mean, just the difference is extreme. So if I was gonna say, I could deal with leaving my computer speakers plugged into the motherboard. I may actually even do that just because the sound difference is very minor. So I can leave this off when I'm not using it. But The headphones are so different on there that I'm gonna actually, if I don't need my mic, I'm gonna game through there now because the sound is just so much better. So, yeah, I mean, I really like it. I think it's pretty awesome. I needed a DVD drive anyways, so I got my drive, I got my burner, and on top of that, I got a really cool amplifier for my headphones and a sound card that I can use for all my speakers. Now, I'm still not sure if I'm going to use it as my main or just go back to the board. My desk is really crazy that I built here. See, I got all kinds of wires down there, and so I was running cords in holes and stuff in the back and around here, and trying to test them out, but I really don't want to pull them back out and run them back down just to go to my case and see if there's a big difference, because I'm going to be running them back and forth because they're so close that it was just kind of a lot of work at that point to really tell the difference as far as loudness, like I said. But clarity, this has got clarity. It could be because it's out of the case, it's away from the motherboard. It could be whatever chips are in there, the way they're spaced out. I don't know. But crisp and clear is what pops in my head when I think about using this versus the motherboard. And I don't have a cheap motherboard. My motherboard was like $400. I have like a Maximus Formula Z270. So this thing, I mean, is performing pretty well for what you get. I mean, you get a lot with it, in my opinion. If you're going to buy an external drive, you might as well have some extra features because it's got to be on your desk anyways. So for me, it gets the big freaking thumbs up there because it's just so cool. I mean, it just does so much. I know drives are kind of outdated, but I mean, if you got to have one, why not add some extra features? You know, I bet if people were still using drives, there would probably be a revamped version of this by now because it's just so cool, you know. Now, there's the power button, and if you click the volume wheel, well, whenever you got audio going through it, I guess, you can enable the surround sound button there. Now, honestly, I tested it on some games, some music. I really didn't notice a difference with that on or off, honestly. For me, it didn't do anything. Maybe back in the day when this came out, it kind of did more, but I feel like it just didn't do much. Because what is supposed to happen when you engage that is it will process the audio on board instead of on your PC and help with the surround sound. Now, this didn't really do much for me, honestly. Like, if I was playing like League of Legends or something, and all the speakers are supposed to be engaged, they'd be engaged. And really no sound difference with it on or off. If you're playing YouTube, you know YouTube only uses the front two speakers, mono channel, whatever. And I would turn that on and same thing, just still the front two speakers. I was really hoping that engaging that would force the other speakers to activate. Even if, you know, you're not getting real surround sound and it's just copying sound, I was kind of hoping that that would happen. So I guess if I had to pick one thing that I wish would have been different is kind of when you activate the onboard surround sound, that it would force all the speakers to activate if they're connected. Kind of like when you have a home theater system, even when you're watching stuff that's not surround sound, not true surround sound, it just mimics the sound in the other speakers. And I really enjoy that. I just enjoy extra sound, you know. I'm not a big headphone guy. I mean, I probably will be now because that's pretty cool. But honestly, when I'm by myself and I don't need a mic or anything, I just like to be surrounded by speakers. That's just how I grew up. I've always, like, my older brother's in surround sound stuff, so I love having a room full of speakers, and it doesn't bother me. You know, I'll hide the wires, I'll make it look nice. I just want them to always work. So I guess if I was gonna make one little ding about this product, it would be that. I just wish when you activate the surround sound, it just would force them to all activate. But other than that, it could come down to software. You know, when you do audio with PCs, it gets really complicated because drivers and stuff, and settings and things like that, and it just depends how the programs are. Like iTunes will work with my surround sound perfectly. You can go to Dolby, their website, and play around with their free videos. You just tell them what speaker setup you have, and they'll spit you out a download file that will just blow your mind, with like a rainforest and birds like flying around you and stuff. It's really cool. So when you start adding speakers, I recommend you go there, input your speaker setup, and test it with their stuff, because if it works on theirs, when you play their file, you know your setup's good. It's just whatever programs you're running are not, for some reason, activating all your speakers. But anyways, I'm rambling now, and this is going to turn into a long thing. But other than that, guys, I'm super happy with it. So I think it's pretty cool. I needed to drive anyways, and everything else is just perks and benefits. So I'll upload another video when I purchase more speakers, because what my plan was to do was I would like to add some side speakers. So I'll change it from 5.1 to 7.1. And then in the front here where my monitor is, I wanted to put a Katana soundbar. So I would just literally be engulfed. So I was thinking about pushing my rear speakers more back and putting side speakers in here, and then the Katana bar here, and then just literally have sound all around me. And Katana also comes with extra subs, so I would actually have 2 subs down here instead of 1, and just be smashed with audio. So that's my plan. I want to be just in a circle of sound. And anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think this thing is awesome. I'm just giving you guys my honest review. If anything changes about it, if I can figure some new cool stuff about it, I'll post it. I'll probably post it together whenever I get some more speakers in here, and show you guys all that stuff. But anyways, guys, I was super happy I got this thing. I'm super excited about it still. And this thing makes me want to game without Discord now, because you know, I can boost through there, and I just love it. So anyways, have a good one, guys. Subscribe, all that stuff if you like tech stuff. I don't do tech stuff all the time. You know, I try to, but I have to buy my own tech. So, you know what I mean? It gets kind of expensive. So, you know, unfortunately, I can't build stuff for you guys all the time. But when I'm able to show you guys something cool, I like to do it. And I like unique technologies. So, you know, you'll see a lot of cool stuff from me. I don't really go for bland stuff. Like, I mean, just look at my keyboard. Look at it. I had to order this thing. This thing's been out forever, and I just couldn't settle for anything else. I knew what I wanted, and I had to get it. So, you know what I mean? Just one of those people. I plan ahead. I already know what I want. So, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I was super happy yesterday when it came in, and all that stuff. So, till the next time. Bye.